Welcome back, everyone, to the Craftverse series. This is episode 301. I've tried recording this episode already, and it didn't work out. But I already had half of the build completed, so I figured it's better to just start with it essentially done than to start in the middle. So, yeah, I built a thing. This was inspired by a storage build provided by Cryptozoology on YouTube. I will be adding a hanging sign on either side to showcase his design. I am going to be adding in all of my crops, from seeds to carrots, potatoes, even golden items in here. The only thing that won't be is the enchanted golden apples. Those are staying at the base. But I'm trying to add in a bunch of different storage builds around my land to give me a reason to explore my island and showcase some of these builds rather than simply living out of my base like a bunker. Because, yeah, what's the point of building something if you're never going to look at it? So, oh, you might also notice there's a couple new additions. I went ahead and added a chicken statue from MCNoodlor. It's a mini chicken. So it's not too detailed, but it's detailed just enough that you know that that is a chicken. I don't think you could do a baby chick, honestly, because buttons don't work that cooperatively. I also took a couple other builds from MCNoodlor, uh, namely the Creeper, which is aiming at our original mob grinder, and a Shulker out this direction, which is aiming the view upwards. Like while you're sitting here trying to get it into frame, you can see the shulker farm behind it. That's the goal behind having the eyes face out here rather than towards the base, because there's not really enough of a path right there aiming straight at it, whereas this is literally aimed directly centered at it. And you'll see it a lot better as you're coming up the hill, or down the hill rather, than if you were to say come around this side. Where you're coming in this direction, you might see it, register that it's there, but not really go, oh, cool. But if you're coming from this direction, you would absolutely be able to tell that's a shulker. Very nice. And I like that the farm is behind it. Also added this adorable little piggy statue next to the smokehouse, because every smokehouse, whether it is a barbecue place or, just a general butchery, tends to have a sign with a pig on it. And while I'm not that skilled using signs, I can most certainly build a mini statue next to my new build. And since pork chops are the thing on the signs, I figure why not have a piggy? But this over here, as I've mentioned before, is from Cryptozoology. I will be linking the original tutorial in the description. That one is for an even number build, and it doesn't have the roof stick out so much. I have it geared for an odd number build and have a very different block palette where he's using cobblestone and spruce wood. I'm using dark oak and deep slate cobble. And I've also added in a little bit of a lighting setup in between the chests so I can label them. And the column itself is going to be what is on that item frame. So I have to go pick up some item frames since I didn't actually bother grabbing any between episodes. But I have to wait for that to load. I'm not sure how much of my lag problem is due to the shulkers and their bullets, and how much of it is due to all of the mobs in there. I'm sure part of it is due to that. I'd have to turn my particles off. let's grab just some of these. You know what? Do I have any hanging signs that I can use? I don't really care what kind of sign they are, as long as I have 2 of them. Well, that'll work. Now we head back. And it honestly kind of fits the area, but it's going to fit it a little bit better once I get done with the next step. For right now, I'm just going to add all of these item frames, and I will place in a little bit later what's going to go on them. Let me go ahead and get my hanging signs in place where they're going to go. Storage, build. This one isn't designed by, this was inspired by. Because I altered it. And I've typed it in on my creative world so many times that it actually shows up in my predictive text. Okay. There we go. Inspired by. I also took out a row of chests and added in the glowstone and the labeling. So that's why it's inspired by and not designed by. Okay, I didn't even back that quickly. It just placed and didn't want to let me do anything with it. Let's just type this in real quick in honor of our fellow Minecrafter. And I will get the glow ink and the coloration on that sign momentarily. While I'm right here, I want to start getting in the deco for around the sides. Just place that right there and that'll be fine. I did dupe up a massive amount of these flowers just to make sure I would have enough. And I'm going to bring this out in such a way that it creates a pattern. Because if you didn't know, you can turn your character around when placing and it will shift the orientation of the way the flowers are placed. It will always be the one directly on your right foot, and then forward, and then top left, and then left foot. No matter which direction you're facing, it will change. So it gives you a way of making a neat little pattern with it. So I actually need to do that, that, and that, because I'm going to be having it trail out that way. And I want to do it this one? Yeah, do that. Then I do that just to bring it out a bit. And then one of these, do that, rotate, rotate, so it comes out this way, right? Yes, and then, oh, lag. Do that, turn again, have it come out that way, have it aim back outwards, one more of those, and then rotate this way. Okay. Now I'm going to come from this side just so I can make sure that it meets up properly. Good, 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 good. So everything should be perfectly linear. We have right foot, top right, top left. Here, okay. And then in the middle here, I've got one that sticks out like that. one that comes out a little bit. That. Have it go back inward. And then we just trail these like so. So there's a little divider line. Turn around, place that one. And it's like they're coming out of this barrel, like the pollination has spread all the way down. And it also looks like it's coming out of these azalea bushes, which is the intended feature. It also helps that we have a little bit of red on these, and of course the red on the berry bushes. So it looks like the entire area is starting to be pollinated. I might actually add in a bee nest somewhere around here, just to make sure everything does pollinate, because it'll be a nice touch. We're going to continue this out this way. By doing this, this, this. Right? Yes. Okay. Trying to keep up the same pattern, even though there's going to be a slight hiccup over here. Just make sure I get these corner bits in properly. Oh, you're just the one. Did I do more than just one on the other side? I didn't even do one right here. Okay. Well, that's why we check. I did one on this side. Ah. So you gotta have that little gap right there. So you're just a gap right there. Let's go ahead and install these. I believe that's correct. That side gets this. No. Let's do that. And yes, you can place it on the moss. Should be like that. This one. You. did I mess that one up? Oh, I see. There we go, I fixed it. And because of this little path, it's going to break up the pattern, but that's fine. Otherwise, it's the same. Okay. So now this build is 100% complete, and I can put these away, and I had exactly a stack and 4 left over. Originally, I had alternating pink petals and the wildflowers, but honestly, I think this just bleeds a lot better from around the berry bushes and the azalea bushes. It looks a lot better. Now this build is done. Let's go ahead and grab our glow ink and other ink, and that is magenta. So I need to run over this way. Doo-doo-doo. Off past our barrel house, which I honestly haven't gone in to see if any squid have spawned in there in a while. I probably should. So you may have noticed over the course of this recording, I have altered my audio settings just a little bit. Do let me know in the comments if you approve of the adjustment or if it seems like it's harder to hear me. I think it's better, but I would like your feedback as well. I need 2 of these, and magenta is here. Oh, I love this build so much. I would have had a heck of a time trying to design how I wanted it laid out. But I actually got this from Time Runner, one of my Awkward Kingdom friends, who offered to let me use his design and is so credited on the sign inside. So I'm trying to use my Craftverse world as a way of bridging across all of our communities to see a bunch of different build styles all put together. And I've been told multiple times by my roommate trying to showcase some of the build designs and like, hey, does this look good? What do you think about this? Should I change a little bit something on this one? That this looks like Minecraft Las Vegas. And I don't think I'm helping my case. Although I don't think Vegas has quite as much compacted in farmage. It's mostly like businesses and such. I guess you could say the smeltery is like a business. This is kind of like a shop. But I try not to have my world reflect any like IRL shenanigans. I want this to be like a bunch of different Minecraft builds and styles. Something that's clearly not supposed to exist, but could somehow still seemingly exist in the real world. It's an odd dichotomy to have. Now that I have that build done, it's time to start work on the second one, which is also inspired by cryptozoology. But just like with that build, I have altered the block palette. So I'll be linking both of the cryptozoology videos in this description and only this one in the next. Because, yeah, I'm going to be doing this between 2 episodes. I can get a good start on it, at least. Where did I put my barrels? Right here. We're going to do that. And we're going to do this and this. I'm going to have them up against all of these posts, which they're actually not on Crypto's build. But if I'm going to alter something even mildly, I'm going to put my own flair on it. And I kind of like how this makes it look. I'm going to have you there because that's going to be another thing. And then that is the last of the barrels I'll need for this entire setup. You, however, actually have a permanent home right about there. Yeah, I think that's it. So we need these. Not sure how many I'm going to need, but they're going to go in between the barrels again. I like the color pop that they give, but they are also actually part of the build. This one wasn't my change. Oh, I'm one shy. Yeah, I thought I heard you. How did you miss me? You straight up missed. Okay. You can burn now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Okay. Uh, just a second to pull up the schematic here. I will be needing these and these again, but not as many. Then I'm gonna need my mangrove. Bunch of those. All right, so in the front and the back, because they're gonna be identical, do this. 2, 3. Not above the other one. And that is the window structure. Ow. That is the window structure. It kind of looks like someone's kind of lifting their eyebrow going, hmm. You just heard the villager noise, didn't you? I'm not sorry. Okay, and then you need to pop out. Not you. And I'll have to get some glass panes, which I should have grabbed from down there, but I didn't actually think of it. Come here. All right, and you actually need to be a wall. 6 high. So we leave you there. Oh, that's chicken. I thought that was a creeper. Like, there shouldn't have been any mobs left after I walled everything off. But a creeper would definitely have caused a jump scare. So you need to be there anyway. Let's do that. All right, and I'm done with the blocks for now. Although that's not going to be enough. So, crafting table. These need to go here. I'm going to be needing a lot more of those, so I might have to see if I have any more with me. If not, I'll have to grab some between episodes. I would have put them in there if I did, so 44. They're only 3 high, so maybe I can at least get a hold of like one wall finished. I might be able to get this side done. I am doing this vastly out of order for the tutorial, but it's fine. Because if you want to see how it's actually supposed to be put together, link will be in the description. Okay, so I'm 2 1/3 walls shy. Fine, can work with that. These have to meet up with this line. And then come all the way down. Except be in the right positioning. You're fine, you get removed. Creative solution. Nice. Now to top this is going to be glowstone, not for the tutorial, but for my version of it. Okay. I love invisible blocks. They make life so much more interesting. Well, it helps if I stay on the thing. Okay. One, two, three, four. Break you. This is good dexterity training, actually. Okay, so now we have all but one wall installed. And gently down. Alright, so the next phase involves actually using those spruce trap doors. Or not. Because even on this one, I think I used the other ones. We actually pull that one up. Oh, no, those are spruce. Okay, cool. They're inside. Don't need you anymore. Don't need you. Not gonna put any of you in there. Pretty much good on these for the moment. Glowstone and... Oh, that's the wrong one. Sucks when you have a bunch of just plain old shulker boxes and they all look the same. That's also the wrong one. Where did it go? Did I leave it over there? No, I'm just a goober. Because I put it in the spruce box. Thought I put it in the spruce box. Did I put it in the dark oak? No? Where did it go? Okay, I know I'm a goober, but I'm not that much of a goober. Where did I put them? I know I crafted some. Well, we'll just do this for now. Because these are going to be up on the top as divides, also light sources, and block fillers for spawn proofing. Also makes it just a tad easier to place the roof in along the sides. Right, here we go. It's gonna bug me now. Well, time to craft some more. This one actually does utilize the spruce. Let's do it the fun way. Oh, that's so much nicer. And then we have to do the same thing around back. Because this one actually is a wall. Last one wanted to be difficult. Okay, so those are correct. 4 additionals that I don't have any place for, so they're going to go in here. That is going to do it for today's episode. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one when we get the flooring installed and finish this thing off. I'm not going to fill it the way the tutorial says with chests just yet, but I am going to be installing the roof and the floorboards, as well as the glass and the remainder of the walls. So I will see you in tomorrow's episode for all of that, and we can figure out in the comment section what I should actually put in this thing. Because I actually do need some input on that. Do I make it just a regular storage build, or do I make it like a house? I don't know. Let me know. And I'll see you next time. Peace out.